The former Team 7 has a variety of powers, from the saga of the classics, the end of Shippuden, until the present days in Boruto, Naruto, Sasuke, Sakura, and Kakashi have been demonstrating various powers. Naruto and Sasuke acquired powers from gods, Kakashi with his more than 1,000 jutsus, and Sakura as a prominent medical ninja with a lot of strength. And I mean a lot. With all this evolution, I decided to research in depth what all the powers of the former Team 7 are. Look, there are jutsus here that I didn't even know they had. I had to research a lot. So get ready, because this video is more than complete. It's a definitive guide to various jutsus. Sharingan. To start off on the right foot, let's talk about the rare dojutsu found only in the members of the Uchiha clan. However, Kakashi is an exception, as he obtained the Sharingan by transplanting it from his friend Obito Uchiha, who died during the Third Shinobi War. With the Sharingan, Kakashi can predict his opponent's movements, read their actions, and copy techniques he observes. This enables him to become a highly effective strategist, capable of anticipating enemy moves before they happen. Clone Jutsu. Although it might be obvious, it's worth noting that Kakashi is capable of performing the basic clone jutsu that is usually taught at the academy. However, he rarely uses this technique, mostly because he has access to many more powerful jutsus. These clones are ephemeral and lack a physical body, serving mainly to deceive opponents. Water Clone Jutsu. Water Clone Jutsu is self-explanatory. With it, Kakashi can create a clone made of water that dissipates like water when struck. Unlike the regular clone jutsu, this variant can cause damage with its physical form. Shadow Clone Jutsu. This technique is heavily used by Naruto, which just goes to show how powerful it is. Kakashi also employs shadow clones, allowing him to create multiple identical bodies to assist him in battle. However, he doesn't use this technique very often due to its high chakra consumption, something Kakashi is often running low on. Genjutsu. Kakashi has skill in Genjutsu and uses it as a distraction for stronger attacks. He excels at deceiving most opponents and is capable of dispelling high-level Genjutsu. Demonic Illusion. Since we're discussing Genjutsu, let's talk about one of the best illusions he showcased in the series. This was the Genjutsu he used on Sakura, subjecting her to horrifying visions that could be considered her own personal hell. Invocation. Kakashi has the ability to summon a pack of ninja dogs of various breeds. He uses this summoning in a highly versatile manner, from attacking to restraining his opponents. One instance where they proved extremely useful was when they immobilized Zabuza during the bridge battle. However, most of the time, he employs his dogs for tracking and hunting rather than combat. In other words, the dogs are more used for hunting than fighting. Keen sense of smell. Perhaps you might not remember this one, but Kakashi is known to have a sense of smell even better than Kiba's. Despite not being from the Inuzuka clan, he likely acquired this skill from his summoning dogs. Instantaneous movement in the mist. This technique is typically used by mist ninjas, but Kakashi copied it during his battle with Zabuza. It allows users to move stealthily through the mist without being detected. Mist is a crucial element for executing this technique since it's within the mist that users can move undetected, launching surprise attacks and eliminating targets with ease. White Lightning Blade. Kakashi used this technique when he saved Obito during the Ninja War. This attack is executed with a sword, capable of easily cutting through enemies. Silent Killing. Kakashi is capable of using Silent Killing, a shinobi assassination technique that involves effectively and silently eliminating a target. He moves quietly until he reaches his target, usually from behind, and attacks with a blade. Since the attack is executed noiselessly, it is difficult for the opponent to predict and avoid. The goal is to cut the opponent's throat to prevent them from screaming or making any other noise that could reveal the assassin's position. It is a highly effective technique for eliminating a target without drawing attention from others. Water Style. Water Wall Formation. To start talking about the skills of the 5 transformations of nature, we will start by talking about the Water Style. The Water Wall Formation is a defensive skill widely used by shinobi who have an affinity with the nature of the water element chakra. When an enemy approaches, the user is able to create a circular wall of water protecting himself from attacks and blows. The water is blown outwards in the form of a circle around the user and makes a defense with no openings. It is also possible for the user to control the amount of water and duration at will. Water style. Water Dragon Bomb Technique. Water Dragon Bomb Technique is a very powerful water element offensive technique feared by opponents. The user molds water into the shape of a dragon, which can vary in size, and directs it with great speed to attack the target. The technique is highly destructive and can cause significant damage to the enemy. Water style. Water Shark Bomb Technique. He copied this skill from our dear Kisame. The technique consists of concentrating a large amount of water in one hand to be thrown towards the enemy with great force and speed in the shape of a shark. Water style. Big Waterfall Technique. This is a water style skill used by ninjas to manipulate large volumes of water and direct them in a powerful cascade towards the target. To perform this technique, a large amount of chakra is required to manipulate that much water at once, which makes this technique very demanding in terms of skill and training. The user can use a pre-existing water source or expel the water through their mouth to direct it towards the target. When used from a great height, the technique creates an impressive image of a giant waterfall that can cause a significant damage to the target and anything in its path. Ground style. Drill Tusk Cutting. Moving on to ground style. We will talk about this technique that exploits the user's ability to hide in the ground and surprisingly attack the opponent with a quick execution. The user hits the opponent hard with a punch from the ground, or can use a kunai to increase the lethality of the attack. This technique requires a good ability to hide and move on the ground undetected, and the ability to make quick, decisive strikes when the opportunity arises. Earth style. Mud Wall. This is one of the most famous Doton skills. With it, the user is able to create a solid wall of earth that serves as a shield against enemy attacks. The process of creating the wall is done by converting chakra into earth within the user's body, which is then expelled through the mouth or manipulated from pre-existing earth. The mud wall is highly resistant and coated with chakra, which makes it even stronger than a normal mud wall. This technique is particularly useful in defensive battles, allowing the user to protect themselves while strategizing a counterattack. It also has the ability to resist fire and water attacks due to the properties of the earth. However, the mud wall is vulnerable to lightning or taijutsu attacks due to its lack of mobility. Earth style. Suicide Decapitation Technique. This was an earth style skill he used back in training with Team 7. In this case, he buried Sasuke under the ground, leaving him unable to get out. The guy looked like he had his head cut off, so much so that Sakura freaked out, thinking he actually died. Earth style. Mole Concealment Technique. It allows the users to move underground like a mole, using the earth and small grains of sand with chakra, in addition to enabling surprise attacks and engineering operations. The technique also allows the users to quickly escape to safety, and for a user able to detect magnetic forces through the ground. It is possible to locate oneself even if one is underground. Chidori. To start with the lightning style jutsus, nothing better than bringing this jutsu that is already Kakashi's brand. It channels a large amount of chakra into the user's hand, making it visible and producing a sound similar to many birds singing. The user then carries the technique forward and thrusts it at the target, causing fatal damage. Because of the speed with which it's performed, the technique is classified as an assassination technique, despite the noise it produces. Raikiri. The Raikiri is an improved and concentrated form of Chidori with the same effect and disadvantages. According to Guy, this technique got its name after Kakashi split a lightning bolt with it. Since Chidori is powerful on its own, Raikiri, being an improved version, requires advanced chakra concentration. Also, Raikiri has more intense color than Chidori, proving that it has much greater electrical focus than Chidori. Raikiri. Drilling the twin lights. It is performed with the help of two Raikiri discharges at the same time. To perform this technique, Kakashi forms two Raikiri, one in each hand, and can use them in a variety of ways, both offensive and defensive. As Raikiri is already an extremely powerful technique, using two discharges at the same time makes this technique even more deadly. In addition, this technique can be used defensively to to block or deflect enemy attacks, since Raikiri has a high concentration of electric chakra, which makes it extremely resistant and difficult to break. Lightning Transmission. Lightning Transmission is a unique and powerful technique used in conjunction with a clone. In this technique, each of the two Kakashi perform the Raikiri technique in opposite hands, connecting their techniques together to form a chain of lightning between them. The current is able to cut through objects, such as the Biju's chakra hands. One of the main advantages of lightning transmission is its ability to wrap lightning around a target, effectively restraining their movements. This ability was demonstrated when Kakashi utilized this technique against the Outer Path demon statue, Raikiri Kunai. Basically, Kakashi uses a kunai and infuses the element of his Raikiri into the kunai, making it an electric weapon. Not only is the blade's piercing power as high, but Kakashi can also make the kunai much faster, making it almost impossible to dodge. Lightning Style. Purple Electricity. Technique that allows the user to gather electric chakra in his hand and control the shape, direction, scope, and strength of the technique. It was originally developed by Kakashi as an alternative to Raikiri, a technique he could no longer safely use after losing his Sharingan. By controlling purple electricity, the user can create lightning bolts of different shapes and sizes to attack their enemies. Lightning Style. Lightning Beast Claw Chase. This is a high-level combat skill that allows the user to create a canine lightning beast to chase and attack their targets. This technique was developed by Kakashi as a variation of Raikiri, a technique he created earlier. In other words, it's basically a lightning dog. By shaping the lightning chakra with shape transformation, the user can create a canine beast that is fast and unpredictable in its movements, making it difficult for enemies to avoid it. In addition, the beast can be controlled by the user to pursue multiple targets at the same time, making it a powerful technique against multiple opponents. Rasengan. Out of nowhere, Kakashi throws a Rasengan at me. He must have copied this technique from Minato with his Sharingan, but he hardly ever uses it. But the truth is that the Rasengan simply does not suit Kakashi's style. His attacks usually require speed and precision. Like Chidori, the power of the Rasengan is usually derived from the amount of chakra used in the production of the jutsu, and Kakashi was not exactly a beast with a tail, not least because the guy has no chakra for almost anything. Mangekyu Sharingan. The Mangekyu is the evolution of the Sharingan, which, in addition to enhancing all the abilities of the conventional Sharingan, also grants the user new abilities. In Kakashi's case, he gained only one ability, which is what we will see now. Kamui. Upon awakening his Mangekyu, Kakashi became able to use the powers of the Kamui, which is Obito's ability to have connection with another dimension that was named Kamui, in the right eye, which is what Obito has. He's able to teleport to that dimension, in addition to taking anyone with him, or becoming intangible. In the case of Kakashi, with his left eye, he gains the ability of long-distance Kamui, where he can shoot a burst of teleportation energy from the person to Kamui. He simply just looks at the person and sends them straight to another dimension. Kamui Raikiri. But when Obito goes from base, he connects with there from the other world and grants his right eye to Kakashi for a few seconds. At that moment, he became one of the strongest characters in the entire work, having access to the full power that Kamui offers. In addition to having long-distance ability that his left eye already provided, he now became able to infuse his attacks with Kamui. And a great example of this is his Raikiri Kamui, where he uses his lightning style combined with Kamui to deliver an even more powerful blow. Seriously, imagine a union of Raikiri with Kamui. No wonder he damaged even Kaguya. Intangibility. Obviously, by having access to the right eye, Kakashi was also able to use the power of the intangibility for himself. This ability works as follows. He deceives his opponents with the image of his body. Only in reality, his physical body is in Kamui. This ability is very stolen, because he can bring any physical part of his body to Earth again. In other words, Kakashi got a lot more robbed. Susanoo. And as soon as he received Obito's right eye, Kakashi had full access to the power of the Mangekyu Sharingan, the Susanoo. This Susanoo is simply amazing. It can use all the abilities of Kakashi and Obito with his Kamui, and all those powers inside a giant humanoid that has enough speed to sense Kaguya's blows. I can't stop imagining how amazing Obito would be if he had both Sharingan. The guy would easily be on the same level as Madara and Hashirama, maybe even surpass them. 1,000 years of death. And of course, in addition to all these super stolen techniques that we mentioned here, the 1,000 years of death is far ahead of all of them. In a surprise way, Kakashi arrives behind his opponent without him realizing it, makes a sign similar to the hand seal, and places it right in the middle of the target he is about to hit. This is a highly dangerous jutsu that has so far only been used by Naruto and Kakashi, so be careful. Although it looks simple, it is a jutsu that cannot be done by just anyone. Don't do this at home. Opening gate. Yeah, in case you didn't know, Kakashi is able to open the first gate. Opening this gate allows a large number of chakra to flow through the user's body, increasing their strength, speed, and physical endurance. As the gates are opened, the stronger he gets. Only it seems that Kakashi doesn't even like to open the first one because he already has very little chakra. Kamui Shuriken. In addition to being with all these absurd abilities, and also being with Susanoo, he is still able to infuse his Kamui into Shuriken that can be launched at an astonishing speed. The technique is simple. He manipulates Kamui in the palm of his hand and leaves the energy with the Shuriken shape, allowing him to launch and throw the target into the Kamui dimension. Chidori. To start off, let's talk about the variations of the Chidori. In its original form, the Chidori is a technique that allows the user to channel a large amount of lightning into their hand. This enables Sasuke to focus the strike on a single point of the enemy's body, causing even more damage. Chidori Eiso. From the lightning of the Chidori, Sasuke can extend its range to a maximum length of 5 meters. This allows him to slice through his enemies in a highly electrifying manner. Chidori Nagashi. This is a very interesting technique that Sasuke can use with a great precision against multiple enemies at once. To perform this technique, he uses his Chidori to discharge electricity throughout the surrounding environment, causing the enemies to suffer from electric shocks. Chidori Senbon. Sasuke employs his Chidori to create a kind of electric needles, where all of them penetrate the enemy's body with the intention of paralyzing them. An example of this is when he faced Aidara and his clay spiders, but with the Chidori Senbon, Sasuke managed to render all of them useless. Chidori Fuma Shuriken. In this technique, he infuses his Chidori into a Fuma Shuriken, which thus becomes a sort of electric shuriken. Just imagine the havoc a giant shuriken can wreak. Now, picture that shuriken imbued with Chidori. It's undoubtedly very powerful. Habataku Chidori. This was the Chidori used by Sasuke during his first battle against Naruto at the Valley of the End. In his cursed seal transformation, he created a sort of dark Chidori, which proved to be strong enough to go head to head with Naruto's Rasengan in his tailed beast cloak mode. Kuroki Chidori. This is a variation of the Chidori that closely resembles the one I mentioned earlier. However, the Kuroki Chidori can only be used by Sasuke when he receives the power from the Sage of the Six Paths. Just imagine the power of a Chidori combined with Hagoromo's abilities. It's certainly one of the strongest. Takemikazuchi. This is one of the coolest Chidoris in the series. With this, Sasuke creates his normal Chidori and then infuses the lightning with the flames of Amaterasu, essentially creating a fusion of Amaterasu and the Chidori. It's quite overpowered. Kirin. This is another very interesting technique that Sasuke uses sparingly. In this scenario, he creates lightning from the clouds. With this, he summons an immense lightning dragon to attack his enemies. The destructive power of this move is so significant that it can completely alter the weather of the area where he unleashes the attack. Kusanagi Chidori Gatana. This variation of the Chidori allows Sasuke to infuse his lightning into his sword. As a result, the sword gains such immense power that it can cut through even steel. Additionally, its speed reaches such levels that it becomes nearly impossible to evade. We could even name this technique Electric Sword, Shujin Tentegatana. This jutsu doesn't have much difference in terms of power and speed compared to other Chidori techniques. The only distinction is that it has purple hue and is used by Sasuke after the 4th Ninja War, Genjutsu. Using this technique, Sasuke can immerse the victim in a genjutsu of nightmares, where he creates illusions that affect and incapacitates the victim. Even Sai, who usually lacks emotions, was affected by his genjutsu. Fire Style, Fireball Jutsu. Just like all Uchiha, Sasuke has also refined the Fireball Jutsu, which involves expelling a burst of flames from his mouth. Fire Style, Great Fire Dragon Technique. In addition to spewing fire from his mouth, he can also shape the flames into the form of a dragon to attack his enemies with even more precision. Summoning Technique. Sasuke is one of the few ninjas capable of summoning 2 different animals, the snake Aoda and also Garuda, a hawk he calls upon to assist him in aerial combat. Snakes. With Orochimaru's guidance, Sasuke learned to summon regular-sized snakes to aid him in battle. With their help, he can defend himself and attack enemies in an even more effective manner. Jutsu Duplication. Moving on the powers of the Sharingan, we have the characteristic Uchiha ability to copy all jutsu, allowing them to replicate any technique simply by observing with their Sharingan. However, this technique cannot copy Kekkei Genkai, as these abilities are specific to particular clans. Amaterasu. After awakening his Mangekyu Sharingan, Sasuke learns to control the Amaterasu, which are internal flames that do not extinguish for 7 days and 7 nights, no matter what. These flames are so potent that they can defeat even the strongest of Sasuke's enemies, as seen when he defeated Killer Bee, who, despite being stronger, was overcome by Amaterasu. Kagutsuchi. Kagutsuchi is the ability that allows Sasuke to manipulate and control the Amaterasu flames, both for offensive and defensive purposes. He can use the flames as a shield to protect himself. Susanoo. Upon awakening the 3rd power of the Mangekyu Sharingan, Sasuke can summon the Susanoo, a massive humanoid made of chakra, capable of easily destroying huge mountains. Kagutsuchi Arrow. In his Susanoo mode, Sasuke can summon a colossal bow made of chakra. To fire, he shapes the Amaterasu flames into an arrow. This transforms the bow into an Amaterasu bow. Ameno Tejikara. Moving on to the powers of the Rinnegan, we have Ameno Tejikara, an exclusive technique Sasuke gains upon awakening his Rinnegan. With this, he gains the ability to teleport and switch places with any person or object. An example of this was seen in his battle against Momoshiki, where, despite being bound by chains, Sasuke managed to switch his position with Momoshiki's, trapping him in the chains instead. Space-Time Dojutsu. With the Rinnegan, Sasuke can also travel between dimensions, such as Kaguya's dimensions, and those used by the Kara organization. Chibaku Tensei. Certainly, Chibaku Tensei is one of the most powerful sealing jutsu, perhaps only second to the Shiki Fujin. With this technique, Sasuke can create a gravitational center that pulls in everything around it and forms a massive celestial body using debris and rocks, effectively imprisoning his opponent. The capabilities of this jutsu are beyond imagination. Sasuke managed to seal all 9-tailed beasts using Chibaku Tensei as if they were nothing. 6 paths. In addition to everything mentioned, Sasuke can harness the powers of each of the 6 paths that Pain, who is Nagato, used in the past. That's right, with the Rinnegan, Sasuke could perform the same feats Nagato did when he was an Ero Tensei. In this instance, he can use the path of Ashura to create weapons from his own body, summon the King of Hell using the path of Naraka to interrogate individuals, and use the human path to extract the soul of any person. Moreover, he can summon unique animals granted by the Rinnegan through the animal path. However, for some reason, Sasuke has only used 2 of these paths. the Preta path, which absorbs ninjutsu and chakra, and the Deva path, which executes the powerful Shinra Tensei. Indra's Arrow. According to Sasuke, this was the strongest attack in the world. He uses this attack in his Susanoo mode, summoning a bow and arrow imbued with lightning and thunder. What's more, his attack is enhanced by the chakra of all 9 Biju that he had sealed. This technique was so powerful that it went head to head with the Rasen Shuriken, combined with Bijudama from Naruto. It seems Sasuke wasn't exaggerating when he claimed this attack was formidable. Medical ninjutsu. After becoming Tsunade's student, one of the first skills Sakura learned was medical ninjutsu. After all, Tsunade is known worldwide as the best medic. This skill allowed Sakura to accelerate the body's natural regeneration process by sending chakra to the wound site. With this technique, Sakura can heal anyone on the battlefield without needing equipment or medicine. This skill is essential for missions in Konoha because there is always a member to heal the others. But don't be mistaken, using medical ninjutsu requires very refined chakra control, a capability possessed by few ninjas. Sakura has always had excellent chakra control, as observed by Kakashi early in the series. Besides healing wounds, Sakura can also create antidotes for poisons by analyzing the chemical composition of the poison. This skill was crucial to save Kankuro from Sasori's poison. During this arc, no ninja from the Sand Village could create an antidote for this poison, but Sakura, being Tsunade's student, managed to create an antidote for Sasori's poison and extract it. If not for Sakura's skill, perhaps even Naruto wouldn't be alive today, as she was crucial in keeping him alive after Kurama was extracted by Madara. Currently, in Konoha, the main medical kunoichi is Sakura. Taijutsu. The second skill Tsunade taught Sakura was Taijutsu. At the beginning of the series, Sakura was terrible at it. But after training with Tsunade, she learned some powerful abilities, such as the Cherry Blossom Impact. Using this technique, Sakura can accumulate a large amount of chakra in her fist and create shockwaves by punching the ground. The impact of this technique is strong enough to destroy the ground and defeat multiple opponents at the same time. Sakura can also simply punch her opponents and defeat them with a single blow. It was with this ability that she defeated Shin Uchiha in a matter of seconds. By accumulating chakra in her fist to enhance the strength of her attacks, Sakura achieves such immense power that she can destroy her enemies' organs and even kill them. She can also use a variation of this technique to amplify the strength of her kicks. Another taijutsu technique Sakura masters is the single cherry blossom. This skill involves accumulating chakra in her fist and releasing it in the air, creating a shockwave so powerful it can easily destroy or repel anything in Sakura's path. We saw Sakura use this technique during Momoshiki's attack on the Chunin exam and while training Sarada with Sasuke. After Tsunade's training, Sakura's natural strength also increased. She was able to effortlessly throw a massive beam during her fight against Shin and lift huge rocks. Summoning technique. Being a student of one of the 3 legendary Sanins, Sakura naturally can use the summoning jutsu. In Sakura's case, she learned to summon a giant slug named Katsuyu. This summon, used by Tsunade and Sakura, has its actual size unknown, but it's easily the largest summon creature in the world. Katsuyu is also extremely resistant to physical attacks, since she can split into several smaller clones. Katsuyu can also use acids in her battles, acids that can melt even rocks. When summoning Katsuyu, Sakura can use her healing abilities even more potently, because she can channel her chakra into Katsuyu to heal multiple people at the same time, without being present at the location. This skill saved many lives during the 4th Great Ninja War, where Sakura, alongside Tsunade, assisted the entire Shinobi Alliance. Katsuyu can also split her body into smaller clones to envelop ninjas or connect with them, allowing her to use her healing abilities. Tsunade used this feature to save Konoha from Pain's Shinra Tensei, and later also saved 4 Kages. Sakura can also use Katsuyu to instantly regenerate anyone on the battlefield. Another resource used by Sakura to save the Shinobi Alliance in the 4th Great Ninja War. Byakogu. This jutsu was personally created by Tsunade Senju, providing enhanced regeneration and superhuman strength. To use this jutsu, the user must accumulate a significant amount of chakra on their forehead over years. Sakura took 3 years to accumulate and form the mark on her forehead. After this, Sakura gained even higher chakra control and also achieved immense strength, which was praised by Hashirama, who stated that Sakura might be stronger than Tsunade. With the Byakogu seal, Sakura was able to face the Jubi's army effortlessly. Mitotic regeneration. After mastering the Byakogu seal, Sakura can release this seal, forming several bands on her body. This allows Sakura's body to multiply its cells at an even faster rate, enabling her to regenerate from any attack on the battlefield. Tsunade has used this jutsu to heal herself from a direct hit by Susanoo, and also managed to regenerate her arms from a fire-style attack. Using this jutsu, Sakura was able to regenerate from Madara Jinchuriki's rods, made of Gudodama. However, despite being an incredible jutsu, this technique is forbidden, as increasing cell regeneration shortens the user's lifespan. Thankfully, Sakura used this jutsu only a few times. Chakra transfer. While using Byakugan, Sakura can also transfer chakra to others by expanding the Byakogu marks onto another person. Sakura used this ability to give more chakra to Obito during the fight against Kaguya, who at that time had sent Sasuke to another dimension, and Obito was out of chakra. In addition to these powers, Sakura also masters a sealing jutsu known as the 4-corner sealing barrier. This seal has enough power to seal a Baiju, but it requires 4 ninjas to perform the sealing. Rasengan. Starting with Naruto's powers, I'm going to start talking about his Rasengan. And well, this is the normal Rasengan that was created by Minato. With it, Naruto can cause serious damage to whoever is hit. Odama Rasengan. This one has no secret. It's a Rasengan with bigger size and bigger destructive capacity. Chudama Rasengan. Just like the other one, this is a Rasengan, only much bigger in size. Senpu Chudama Rasentarengan. This is a Rasengan that Naruto used during the fight against Nine Tails. With it, Naruto creates dozens of clones, where they all use Chudama Rasengan. Futon Rasengan. This was a jutsu developed by Naruto by implementing the wind style within the Rasengan. Futon Rasen Shuriken. After implementing the wind style into Rasengan, Naruto made this technique in the shape of a shuriken. With this, the destruction level of the attack reached another level. Odama Rasen Shuriken. If the Rasen Shuriken is already powerful, imagine what a giant Rasen Shuriken must be like. That's exactly what Naruto does when he uses Odama Rasen Shuriken. Mini Rasen Shuriken. It's a very small Rasen Shuriken, but it's capable of killing a person. And this jutsu is very cute and cuddly. Rasen Kyugan. This is a very cool Rasengan that Naruto uses to defeat several enemies at once. With this jutsu, Naruto creates an Odama Rasengan, and with Kurama's arms, he carries the enemies into the sphere. Planetary Rasengan. Naruto creates an Odama Rasengan that is orbited by 4 more full-size Rasengan. That's why he named this jutsu planetary, because with it, Naruto makes the spheres look like a planetary system. Rasen Shuriken Bijudama. This is a jutsu where Naruto converts one of his Gudadama to become a Rasengan. Seriously, imagine how strong this technique is, because the Gudadama themselves are already super powerful. Now imagine how powerful they become after they unite with the Rasengan. Senpo Cho Biju Rasen Shuriken. This is an almost supreme jutsu, maybe even the strongest in the whole anime. Back at the end of the Ninja War, Naruto got some chakra from all 9 Baiju. This gave him the ability to implement the beast power into his Rasen Shuriken. That being the case, he makes 8 shadow clones and throws the 9 Rasen Shuriken of the beast at the same time. Flame style, Rasen Shuriken. Think of a cool name for this jutsu. I think even Madara would tremble if he saw a jutsu with that name. Even more when you see the aesthetics of this. This is a very powerful jutsu that combines Naruto's Rasen Shuriken and Sasuke's Amaterasu Flames. Cho Uzumaki Rasengan. This is a cooperative ninjutsu between Naruto and Boruto. With it, Naruto creates an Odama Rasengan and gives the Sapphire to Boruto to attack the enemy. Anyway, with this, we finish Naruto's Rasengan. Now, let's talk about his other jutsu and powers. You thought it was only going to be Rasengan, right? So let's go. There's a lot of jutsus left. Transformation Jutsu. It's a simple jutsu that Naruto uses to transform into anything. Be it a person, shuriken, dog, the guy can transform into whoever he wants. Sexy technique. And one of the best transformations is the Sexy Jutsu, in which he transforms into a naked woman to distract some naughty boys. Harem technique. With the combination of the Sexy Jutsu and the clones, Naruto creates several women to distract even more naughty ones. Sexy reverse harem technique. Instead of transforming into a woman, Naruto uses the reverse harem to make a horde of men. This jutsu was very important to save the world in the battle against Kaguya. Shadow Clone. Speaking now of classic Naruto jutsu, we have the Shadow Clone, which is the technique that he uses to make clones of himself. Multiple Shadow Clones. With multiple Shadow Clones, Naruto becomes capable of making hundreds and even thousands of clones. Currently, with all the chakra Naruto has, he may be able to make 1,000,000 clones at once. Do you think he can do this? Comment below to let us know. Naruto Uzumaki Gust. Moving on to Naruto's taijutsu techniques. We have this one, which is a series of strikes with Naruto's clones. Infallible shot of the Shadow Clones. This is a very cool Naruto taijutsu technique, in which he creates 2 clones that throw his main body at the opponent. Naruto Uzumaki's 2000 combos. Naruto creates several clones from the shadows, and with these clones, he performs a series of blows that were able to take down Gaara with Shukaku's powers. Adamantine Fist. This is a blow that becomes super powerful after Naruto concentrates all of his chakra in his arm. 1,000 Years of Death. A jutsu with powers beyond human comprehension. Naruto learned this power from Kakashi, and after that, he learned how to give a fingertip. Summoning. After making a contract with the frogs, Naruto became able to summon any frog from Mount Myoboku. Tori Seal. These are several red stakes that Naruto uses to immobilize any creature. He even used them to seal Kurama and steal all his chakra. Regeneration. Thanks to Kurama's chakra, Naruto has powers of regeneration that go beyond the other ninjas. Sage Mode. This is Naruto's mode where he uses natural energy to enhance his physical strength and ninjutsu. Sage Mode is so powerful that he was able to defeat Pain and immobilize Kurama in this form. Kyuubi's Chakra Roll. After training with B and defeating Kurama, Naruto was able to get full control of the Fox Chakra. In this form, he is able to use the arms and strength of the 9 tails. Kurama Mode. Once he and Kurama began to understand each other, the fox became friends with him and provided Naruto with all his chakra. Kurama Mode is different from the previous mode, because in this mode, Naruto took the fox's chakra by force. In this mode, Kurama let him keep his chakra quietly. Baryon Mode. And Naruto's most powerful transformation, without a doubt, is Baryon Mode, because with it, Naruto and Kurama exceed the limit of their chakra and gain a power that surpasses that of the Otsutsuki. However, all this power ends up sacrificing Kurama's life. Rikudo Mode. After receiving chakra from the Sage of the Six Paths, Naruto awakened the Rikudo Sennin Mode. In this form, he's at such a high level that he's able to stand up to Madara, Jinchuriki, and Kaguya. By the way, comment below which one you think is stronger, the Rikudo Mode or Baryon. Comment below. Gurodama. Once Naruto awakened the Rikudo Mode, he gained a range of incredible abilities. Among these abilities are the Gurodama, which are spheres so powerful that they disintegrate anyone who touches them. Flying. Another ability that the Rikudo Mode gives him is the flying technique. This is something very simple, but it was very important during the battle against Kaguya and also against Sasuke. Yin-Yang Liberation. This was Naruto's power that gave him the ability to do amazing things at the end of the Ninja War, such as create an eye for Kakashi, and also prevent Guy from dying after opening the 8 gates. Chibaku Tensei. This is a jutsu that Naruto awakened after gaining the Yin-Yang release. With this, he became able to use the Chibaku Tensei with Sasuke's cooperation, and finally seal Kaguya. Speech no Jutsu. Without a doubt, this is the most powerful jutsu in the entire history of the ninja universe. With this jutsu, Naruto can defeat the world's greatest ninjas with just his speech. That's exactly right. This jutsu is so powerful that it was able to make Obito repent of everything he had done in his life. And on top of that, it was able to make Nagato give up the path of hate and resurrect all the people who had died in Konoha. And as crazy as it sounds, I also know how to use speech no jutsu, and that's exactly why I'm going to convince you to subscribe to the channel. Scroll down and subscribe to the channel to receive new videos. On the screen, there are 2 videos. One of them is about Boruto's powers. I hope you enjoyed. See you next time.